thanks for being here for the official performance of Green Room, a new play by Josian Rodriguez. With me is this beautiful cast of people. If they'll go ahead and introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Guadiana, and I'll be reading for Fern Aster.
Hi, I'm Hope Lauren. I'm reading Mackenzie Page Dolly.
Hi, I'm Jake Salinas, and I'll be reading for Tilda Bozeman.
Hi, I'm John Richardson, and I'm going to be reading for Clifford Clements.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne Barton, and I will be reading for Marcy Gerber.
Hi, I'm Allie Jones, reading for Hester Clark.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Matt Garcia, and I'm going to be reading for Hank Fellows.
Hello, I'm David Cameron Allen, and I'll be reading the part of Nedard Waller.
Hi, I'm Curtis Allman, and I'll be reading Dish Hobart.
I'm Trey Stoker. I'll be reading Tyrone Scripter.
I'm Jake McVicker. I'll be reading for Rod Navarro and the stage directions.
And I'm Josian Rodriguez. I'll be playing Percy Sherman, and I'm the playwright.
All right, now let's get underway. Act 1. The green room of a college theater. It is opening night. There are several bouquets of flowers, a costume rack with hangers, a steamer, and a couch. Fern Aster, a student in the production, enters from the girls' dressing room. She is holding something.
Hi. Oh, assist ye, wilt thou? 'Tis the harshest fate that I do find myself entangled in now. Just listen for a time before my call, for all too certain am I of the poison that lies herein. Enwebbed, envenomed, and entombed, I present to ye, glad folk, myself and its utterly depository quest. I have met Lady Fortune today, and her name is Buzzkill. Thou shalt know me as Fern Aster, and by virtue I will supply you with the deets and scope of my first world problem. I have here in my hand a most unhappy meme. Such a vine as is my life has indeed led to this hate-filled comment, and here lies the troll in namesake. 'Tis merely a pregnancy test. Face value, but in my clutching hands it feels more like a voodoo doll mirror to myself bearing the evil plus sign. An addition to me. Ugh. Truthfully now with child, and more myself than air, before I curse my own body. How could you betray me in this way? What weed and what rot will it all bring about, oh wretched thing most extra? At such a time as now? Bruh. My final year in undergrad. I drown in a sea of senioritis, overworked, and underpaid, writhing in a total dumpster fire, a crow at crossroads of grocery and sepulture, as judge and juror to you, unknown and anonymous thing, I address thee now. Do I selflessly keep you, or is my lone passage through this life hindered by granting thee thine? Knowest if you could, and comprehend the scope of thy kingdom comest, thou might prefer shelter in the spleen, or this miserable well of comeuppance. I am disfurnished. Alas, to the witching hour of this obtrusive performance we arrive. My fellow players and I are set to perform tonight. Me with heavy hand and all the wearier. Walking from home was the wrong choice. Who can now?
Enter Mackenzie Page Dolly from the double doors, then quickly exits, then re-enters shyly.
Hi again.
I should have known that our dominoes would again reach convergence. 'Tis fate would darkly constrict thee unto me. I mark thee thy uneasy face void of makeup, wave echoes of thy concern. Bear me and hear me in our moments alone. The devil himself is in my DMs tonight, my girl, and having receipts lack spectator with which to share. I'll show thee the goods. Ah, Ah, a crow I do deserve, and one of symbols at the gate. Come on, get in here.
Tilda enters.
Must I?
You must. My phone docks in airplane mode for the preparation of our happy opening. Pull up, you will, the feed that doth trend. Read it, squanch. I'll have no more of thy delays.
University's new professor and mentor, Brother Martin, found guilty of child molestation, conduct in violation of feelings most disturbing.
By my troth, I am woke.
This so-called higher education fronts these ideals about equality and inclusion, but in reality, we scrubs, much like the forgotten dodo, hath been fucked sideways.
May I take my leave? She said she was.
Well, indeed said. If needed, your name I will invoke. 5 minutes to postponement.
Tilda exits. Mackenzie begins steaming costumes on a rack. There is a brief silence.
May not I speak?
Mary, protest not I. The vibe doth seem real.
Ah, sis. Fern, Aster. Canst we for once sit and chill? Mary, may I also say that I've been admiring you from afar. Thou art quite the saucy rebel indeed. Truly, you have such a unique quality, so on fleek. And I have always been drawn thither, but alas, never admitted to my fangirling. Use a total babe. Listen, I've been bumming out real hard recently, dreading our arrival. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty jelly that you were casting this dumb show over me. Yet, hear this. Yes, queen. I bear no arms to bond these qualms. I congratulate you now, and would like to think us maybe comrades.
Mary. How's your car?
Oh, that. Yeah. Couldn't overlook that, could we? No, I meant not in that way. Yes, my car is totaled just like yours. We already agreed the accident was mutual. Are you hiding more paperwork or something?
No. And it was. We're all good, you and I, on that front. You just seem dramatic, and you never talk to me.
Mackenzie takes a garment off a coat hanger and begins to gesture with it unconsciously.
It's Clifford Clements. Hey, I pray you, lady, court not with that Clyde. He is the cool, dry air that would rot away your pure avocado toast heart. Arrive he will shortly to irk out the worst in me on this most pitiful day. Coming in with his stupid hair and his stupid flannel, it brings one to murder! My apologies. Whew, I've had a day. Oh, hello. Is that a pregnancy test?
Mackenzie realizes and throws a coat hanger away.
What the fuck?
Good girl, I beseech you, that was my bad. My hands know not what they were thinking, surely they meant nothing in meaning.
Mackenzie Page Dolly, it's fine. Though I entreat you, down low, your voice, you must keep.
Of course. You know, well, my manners are, as always, I'll remain discreet. My God, a child. Phoenix Fern Aster, yes, Queen Phoenix Fern Aster. Oh, little baby mama, yes, Queen Phoenix Fern Aster.
Stop!
Oh, apologies. Okay, but what do you intend to do with it?
Mackenzie Page Dolly, this is personal.
Apologies. Okay, but when did this happen?
Oh, you are crossing a line that hath been drawn.
Apologies. Okay, but consequently, and closer to the point, is the matter of the baby daddy?
Stop yourself! Know what I am saying. A covenant to the base gods, I will end this bosom buddy business between us for good if you say anything to anybody about my situation. Understood?
perfectly. Apologies. Can I at least be here for you in this time of neediness?
I could use some sugar. I welcome thy clinical embrace. Moreover, well fragranced I mark thee. TBH, I know not what to do. I feel trapped and stuck, lonely, confused, tossing and turning, tormented, like looking at a Ruby Tuesday's menu all over again.
So, are you gonna tell your mom? Oh, no. Forget about that. All that, I'm sorry. Clear thy mind of the issue for meantime. Anyway, I think you can make a great mom. Be that what you desire.
No lie?
No lie. Go. Get thee to thy station. I'm sure you'll have many other blessings of love and adulation. I speak too soon. Halt and give me that thing. Haunt you it may, therefore, ghost you it will in accordance.
Fern gives Mackenzie the pregnancy test, and Mackenzie throws it in a nearby trash can. Fern carefully places some crumpled papers on top.
'Tis discarded, it is so. Unsatisfied are you, sis?
Untimely vultures seek their tea, unspilled even so. This I know for sure. Mackenzie Page Dolly?
My girl.
Promise me you won't divulge this bequeathed knowledge. Like, sis, seriously.
My girl. I swear it upon my life, and I swear it upon all three Jonas brothers. A sisterhood?
A sisterhood. One of which is well founded upon such an unbreakable cairn of feminist matter. I will cherish this memory.
I'm sorry about your car.
Yeah, I'm sorry about yours.
Here, don't forget your flowers.
Thank you.
Fern exits to the girls' dressing room. Enter Tilda, Marcy, Hester, and Clifford from the double doors.
Wow, Clifford Clements. You learn music just by your ear? Fire!
Lit Clifford Clements.
Totes Clifford Clements.
Sirens one and all, I do assure ye. The power in my gauntlet is subject to one band, although the skills have been seasoned at most by this, mine own veiny hand.
Humble brag!
Yes, even gentle mistress. Ah, and tick-tock strikes the clock. I shall adhere to thy wishes, ye pretty little things. Assemble me what do with thy wash of hands in tow.
Forsooth, my phone is best for capturing. Talk wishes, assemble. Our standard for simplicity's sake.
Music is played, and the three freshman girls do a brief, choreographed dance and film it with their phones. Clifford is just kind of there, in frame. They laugh uncontrollably at its completion.
Oh, that shit!
Yes, bravo, huzzah, post that shit indeed.
You guys are literal children.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're just vibing here before the show. Hey, let me take a gander. Oh, don't forget to tag me at 3 Course Cliff. I await a stream of notifications honoring this act. Yes, 'tis a most excellent filter as well. And if I may say, with such a story spun, ye fine young ladies will indeed swoon the well-endowed tender jockeys. For even I cannot swipe nuts at thy dance moves. Pray, tell rogues, what doest after the show?
For God's sakes! Shut up, Clifford Clements!
You shut up, Mackenzie Page Dolly.
Awesome.
You three pheasants! Practicum procedures state you are under my watch, effective now. The lot of you are behind in hours and thus employed by my will. Off with thee, Marcy Wad. assist the players with their pin curls. Hester Thought, pick up those coat hangers. There's a mess of this place. Tilda Chonk, my girl, come hither.
Must I?
Get over here.
Mackenzie draws Tilda out of earshot of Clifford.
My girl, in the name of my seniority, I have a request of the freshmen. Gift me one Al Pastor burrito from the food hall on your bounteous student life currency, extra ranch. I am unfortunately out of debit credits, but in exchange I will pick up thine hefty slack. Back you must be before the players call. Go now, make haste with those thirsty virgin thighs.
Hey!
You will go!
Tilda exits, as does Marcy and Hester, leaving Clifford and Mackenzie alone.
Well, I suppose now is a good enough time for us to talk, if you should need it.
If you should need it, he says. Talk about what, Clifford Clements? Thou hast dumped me. You literally said that was that. This is so, henceforth, I shall go to Super Smash with the bros. Use a bitch, adios. You left me at a time of need. You complete shadbag of bile and villainy.
Hey, look you here and listen to me. I know what I said and I know what I did, and I do the same things I did all over again. Apologies for hurting you, but you hurt me first. I read the text from that rando number. Mine heart is not thy chew toy, sis.
Ghosting me, you were. Let our Snapchat streak suffer into death you did by your heartless hand alone. Also, you left this really weird comment on one of Rachel Zilmerman's posts, and it was super fucking creeper. Look, I can forgive all that. Things haven't been going well for me either, and I could use someone on my side right now. Let us reignite. It would be lit.
That's a laugh. I laugh out loud. I will take no such action. I cannot.
So this was all a waste of our time?
Was it? You honestly think so?
Thou art the stain of me.
Lols.
Oh, get out of my face, Clifford Clements!
Fine, prepare as I must for this ungodly show.
Clifford exits to the boys' dressing room. Mackenzie throws a brief temper tantrum. She sees the garbage can containing the discarded pregnancy test. Mackenzie digs through the trash and retrieves the device, then knocks on the boys' dressing room door.
Oh, Clifford Clements?
Clifford opens the door. Mac holds the pregnancy test behind her.
I should have known that parting in pace would do continue race. What? What more now, wench?
Yes, hark, I beseech thee, Clifford Clements. Hear these words before you do return to your preparations.
Very well, go on.
It's just, well, remembrance thou that evening whence we did Netflix and chill?
Come now, maid. There have been many.
Nay, in thy memory have good faith. Merrily we watched Avengers Endgame.
Most of recent. I mark thee. Yes.
Well, I'm pregnant.
Go on.
And I have here, for thy accounting, the receipts.
Mackenzie shows Clifford Fern's pregnancy test from before.
Dear God!
Clifford sits Mackenzie down on the couch.
Trembling you are now. In the sight appearest thou like a fallen angel. I cannot flake in fear, for there is truth in this totem. I am shook. How could this transpire? Protection I used at your constant request. Think not you that I might have been raw dogging? I did not skimp on the packaging. Promise thee, I do throw not your shade. Happily, I wore the goggles.
Such is the will of the gods, then. For it is writ here on this scroll, deadass. How? I know it's not. But thrust into the situation, I am alone. Clifford Clemens, I know this child to be yours. I know. To be completely transparent, I already thought about ridding myself of the load, but then I thought, well, maybe we could work this out and reforge the ship we once enjoyed. Oh, forget it! My mouth and my mind blunders out of sync in ignorance. Has someone engaged the heat? Heavy my head feels now. Oh, and such intense cramps. Ouch!
Is it your period?
Yeah. That's definitely what it is. How knowledgeable you are, and how thoughtful.
Well, are you okay? Is there anything I can do?
Well, Clifford Clemens, should my parents learn of my passing virginity, Big Daddy Lawyer will sue you for everything salt in thy shaker.
I must protest, spite of my body you extract in such double standard play. You consented and are worthy, you are of worthy age.
Praise your sight, you do, yet fall short it does of a cigar. Actually, I'm not even 18. No cap. I skipped a year, remember? Retain and relive a year or two, did you not?
'Twas a year or two.
Super Senior Clifford Clemens, I want not this conflict existing twixt us. Happily, I will therefore agree to another arrangement.
Forgiven, I thank thee. All's well that ends well.
With you repay all my student loans from the sum of $100,000.
Well.
Slaps well, doesn't it? 'Tis a considerable percentage of what thou wouldst pay beneath the quenching gavel of my dad, mind dude. Think on it. We'll speak anon. Oh, and havest a good show, sailor.
All right, I will. Hi, fam. I'm thusly blindsided by today. Happy I am to perform, yet I am to repay. What doth pain me most is knowing that thee endures such a pain in mind and belly. To blister and cramp while with child, I cannot help but high key pity thee, and now myself. Expect me not evenly in this game of bloody playground tetherball, chum.
'Tis a woman's struggle to endure. Go you now. Prepare us for the show.
Clifford exits to the boys' dressing room. Mackenzie addresses the audience.
Hello? What's this? Huh. Like the lusty cougar that entangles its young, pretty fuckboy prey, so too do I ensnare this Clyde. Got him! Oh, with such ease that plebeian was felled and fooled before call time, no less! Ever easier that the swine not have the smallest number of brain cells to ascertain the cycle. Oh, Mackenzie, Paige, Dolly, you are a savage kitty, and you make me proud to hunt. With these brief seconds to spare, I must muster all of my advantages until the duties must needs tending. What's true is this, I say. Divine opportunity will not be ghosted by one such as me. Super Senior Clifford Clemens, thou shall know the salt bay of my revenge. Whence ye millennials would call out to Alexa and ask, what is justice? First, my story thou shalt hear. Now then, what's for the secret sauce? How exactly that uncouth Clyde will feel the blistering sting of my wound, I know not yet. In due time, my
Hank Fellows enters.
Lame.
No more from you, dragon lady. Played with my heart you have, and wrangled it out of its chasm, blubbering, all depressed like. I am wounded from the last time. For realsies. Thought you could play Gemini with my heart. Well, fluff you, Mackenzie Page Dolly. I am of more sequence than thou wouldst sow me.
What can one say, but it be like that sometimes. Well, off you go to change. Bother me no more.
Cold creamed corn! Pray, lady, what object holdest you in thy hands there? Do I spy my old iPod shuffle of late '05? Left it I did in your car so we could listen to mine old emo playlists. Supply thyself to my intent and return it now, lest I have to get cereal and take it by force.
Lord warrant us, stay back, ogre, ere you make an ass out of me.
Go to! I am all the better for it. Yo-lo.
Hank makes a grab for Mackenzie's hand, still holding on to Fern's pregnancy test. They fight. It's ugly.
Be fair! Not in the face! Not in the face! Lady, be fair of the face!
Put your finger butt already!
Hank eventually succeeds and holds it above Mackenzie triumphantly.
Ha-ha! Holla at your boy! I win! What sport is this? I've been popped. It's no iPod at all. It's a... So please you, who serviced thou, Kyle?
Christ's mother!
Mackenzie clocks Hank with a roundhouse and he goes down.
In faith, sorry I am not sorry.
Bet! You hit me in the face!
Oh, walk it off. It's not an iPod, you idiot. Just give it back and go put your makeup on already.
I specifically asked you to not hit me in the face! Fucking A! Ugh. What object holdest I in mine hand anyway? A pregnancy test? T? Oh no. Plus. Oh. Bangers!
Bet.
Nah. This is one of your little games, isn't it? Prithee, mistress, you ledge guard me in broad daylight. From thee, I haven't wrangled much more than a lone o'er-the-pants handy. Or was that Rachel Zimmerman? No, there was no such intercourse. Thou needst penetration of permissions. Don't try to pull the polo over my eye. 'Tis nay, my guy.
So it was to be. Fair. Gimme!
Zoons! Memory services my death warrant. We did but Netflix and chill not 2 weeks ago. Rachel Zimmerman was Disney Plus and Thrust the week before. Yay, I remember it well now. You and I, we watched Avengers Endgame most recently. OMG, I am gonna be a daddy.
Both platform service endgame? Swerve.
Hank sits Mackenzie down on the couch.
Mackenzie Page Dolly, you have made me a father. The spell you have raised from Mercury in retrograde proves to be a worthy scholar. I am yours, thy prince and steed. Perchance, like the Disney Channel, thou might allowest me to sweep you off your pumas in a charismatic and Christian tone. I would prove to be a most noble boyfriend. More on that anon. You've made me the happiest man alive. A dad! I must go now to prepare for the show, but first, may we settle to meet here after its conclusion? I may prove to be more man in the jungle than ape in the bungalow.
Hank exits to the boys' dressing room. Rod Navarro addresses the cast via the PA speaker. All right, folks, it's showtime. This is your official 15-minute call. I'll be watching for the audience. Have a clean show, my lovelies.
Okay. The production stage manager heralds my duties. I must obey. Ooh, escalated quickly, mine act did, and somewhat of its own accord, but both of these Chadbag boys are under the impression that they have sired such offspring. This might needs mending, although in bearing might needs only fair tending. Distance and discord I must maintain between them to see such sacred garden restored. And then, so shall I reap my most worthy rewards. Fucking Rachel Zilmerman.
Mackenzie throws the pregnancy test away. Act 2. The undergraduate production is in progress. Fern and Dish Hobart wait for their cue offstage behind a thick black curtain in a vomitorium. There is a single freshman pager present at all times.
This place sucks. Blocking is too organic. Nervous, art thou?
I think I'm going to be sick.
Did you also have the spicy vindaloo? Wrecked my intestines, it has.
I did not. Something of more wit than hashtag I require counsel of thy soberer self.
Well, all the more blessings upon thee, pilgrim. Churning peppered waves braze these watered caves of my stomach lining. But I'll try to be here for you.
I'll try not to vom.
Nonsense. Though your stage fright is not uncommon, you'll soon find your stride forsooth.
Maybe. I could easily just as well fail. See? Look at my hands! Now! Quake like the crackhead they do! What is thy treatment for the shakes, or wilt thou deflect once more in such haste?
Nothing. Be nothing. If I might, are you a pure maiden?
Aye! Sir, time is of the presence. Q or no Q. Wouldst thou ever reach the point?
In my experience, the stage is akin to sex. Temptress and torment. Infliction and recompense. Now, I need a towel.
I should have known the tale of Told and idiots in their delights. Sir, if I could know the meaning of the word.
And which word is that?
Getting it on?
Thou shalt carry the curry in us all, good soldier.
Okay. Let it be known that I tried and have failed in thy teaching. Come now, tongue, lasso round thy vowels, to consonants of fair words wouldst otherwise unprove. In faith, I cannot follow your train of thought, friar, thence let us embark for the presentation.
In good sex, we are our most full selves. Summation, in it to win it. But we also find ourselves certified vulnerable. There lies power in the pockets of vulnerability, and only you have the access. Remember that, pilgrim. Besides, you got old Dish Hobart to look after you. Must needs you emote hard in this scene, do you not? Have you the stamina for the occasion?
Gods watch me now.
They go back on stage briefly, then Dish returns.
Get on my level, Goths. Thou cannot subdue me, wind. I am the fucking ocean. Now then, my plateau is placed, and dazedly I drift, unwavering yet unfocused. As for the new girl, Fern Aster, she amazes me every time. Not just in her talent, but her eloquence and aesthetic. Well met she is, and on her way.
Mackenzie enters and assists Dish with an expensive wardrobe piece.
Hold still, please.
Ah, here comes a true scholar. Are you a whole and pure virgin?
Excuse me?
I find that acting is like foreplay, is it not? Tempestuous and tormented.
Mackenzie pins Dish's lips together with her fingertips before he can finish his haiku.
Speakest thou foul mansplaining breath in my face once more, knave, and consider thy downstairs gadgets a most fulfilling replacement slime for my antique lava lamp. I shall return with an expensive piece of wardrobe, and I need not remind thee again that it is not a toy.
Copy.
Mackenzie exits to the girls' dressing room. Hank enters.
Brother B. Dish Hobart, prized are your words of pronounced wisdom. Might I spawn a question in thy bog of superstition?
Well balanced is my chemistry for that, young Hank Fellows. Ask me anything.
What dost thou think of Mackenzie Page Dolly, the headdresser? Speak from thine heart, and not from thy Scarlett Johansson, good sirrah.
Aye, Captain. To be fair, the headdresser is a most unkind mistress. Conniving little brat in the shape of a person from L.A. with resting bitch face that should entirely see her ultimate comeuppance. Plus, she a hoe.
You don't mean that.
What examples need I provide? There are countless, I warrant.
Might then I ask an alternate question of thee? Think you she would make a good mother?
Definitely not.
How knowest not?
I knowest not.
Knowest thee a way thee might acquire some said proof?
I should hide and monitor her movements. I'll report back to you. Creep in this curtain, I will.
You needn't do such a thing. I'd better just talk to her straight.
No. Don't rush to such maneuvers, mine guy. Expose her neatly, I will, if it please you. Otherwise, no harm is done. You feel me? Tell her I went to the bathroom, and I shall return before my cue.
Well, what about this freshman pager? What if they say something?
Oh, I don't have any lines in this play. Fear not. Oi! Don't say anything, scrub. He just gave me his word.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not very good at lying.
Thou art an actor. Get thy shit together. Oh, Hank, here she comes. Play lovingly, mine dude, to add depth to our deception duet. Quickly, let us center. Thou hast got this. Darkness envelop me.
Dish hides behind the Vom curtains. Mackenzie enters.
Mi amor, dame besos. Thy lips are to me as is wealth to Jeff Bezos.
Silence. The show is ongoing. Where did Dish Hobart go?
The young Master Dish Hobart said he had to attend to a matter concerning the bathroom. But I'll be good.
Well, he better get back soon.
He said it primarily concerned the number one, but admitted the interval could evolve towards a secondary. Oh, here's my cue.
Hank exits to onstage.
Unsubscribe.
Clifford enters.
Sensible one, might I have a quick word?
Now is really not the time.
I thought about our sleeping arrangement and decided to appease you. So, undercover I shall go for thee to rise up. Hence your debt I shall go down on you thusly, and thy request I shall eat it out.
My word, she really is a local bus.
But what sayest you regarding my proposal?
Fairly put and well met. 'Tis agreeable.
To put it out then?
Put it out.
Put it out?
The acorn, the seed, the thing that doth grow inside thee. Oh, come on, stay woke now, woman. Know thy body with me here. The being which we hath bred and buttered. With all due respect.
With child?
Yes. Abort this poor toy submarine, I painstakingly will. Pull the plug on its life and drain the bathwater. Need not provide a Lift XL, though. Surely I can make it to the clinic by feet.
Oh, no, it's not right. Provide the Lift XL, I will.
Oh, thou canst. Take care of myself alone, I will. I need not your pity, nor thine aid.
I'll provide you the transport, I will, and say us no more of the subject. Provide snackies, I will, for the journey.
Flatter me with such divine gifts I wanted you to bestow, but knew not how to formulate the words. Has?
What noblest of creatures I doth mark here in its quest, and marvels I can trust of such fund. Happily repay you in its wealth I will this debt, and happily too shall I supply to the task in its means and execution.
They mean to ice the unborn master.
Sir, I thank thee for thy contributions. Good my lord, your cue awaits you on the other side of the auditorium, does it not?
Mark thee this show well. Circumvent I will round the voms to my place, and merrily anon we shall speak.
Goodly, sir.
Clifford exits. Then, from the stage, Hank enters with prop sword.
Mary, listen to those on-stage responses. Sufficiently palmed I have thither audience. Where were we?
Still awaiting Dish Hobart I am. His cue is nigh.
Dish appears from behind the curtain.
Hittin' 4, good buddy. Dish Hobart with the epic read of the century. Help these poor bros out I will by exposing this maid, though, in all honesty, I know not why. Deception was our present course, and its lethal trajectory, a big poop.
A tiger, laying low.
Yes, something about someone getting the foresaid poop done on them. By you, my dear, with all due respect.
Of course. A pooping most foul. By Thanos, of course. Am I right, bros?
Endgame, yes. He really tried to flush the toilet in that one.
Censor me not, woman. Hank Fellows, you are being deceived. She trying to flush her child out, in cahoots with super senior Clifford Clements.
Good my lord.
Mackenzie Page Dolly, what sayest you on this subject?
'Tis true. I am terrified of this predicament I find myself in. Burdened by credit debts. My life is in turmoil. Now I am with child. Wrecked my Jetta I have, as well letting Jesus take the wheel. I couldn't afford the bill, and it was thusly sold for parts. The Chad bag acted only as sounding board for my woes. I swear as to thee, my sweet Kyle.
There is fortitude in this, Karen. I pray you, lady, answer me this one thing. Decided wholeheartedly have you to keep the child, or not?
Sirrah, what course lies in this?
Most worthy sir, I know not how to adopt such a question as if...
Because happily would I supply my handsome fortune to thine aid of keeping the seed, shouldst thou agree in accordance.
What?
I shit thee not.
I could not accept such an undeserving bestowment.
My cue, I will be late. Frig! Discuss ye no more this. This I must arbitrate.
Dish exits to stage.
Please, I beg of thee, pay for the child's health and welfare. I must and will. You will be that Christian princess thou always sleeping didst dream of. Let mine own lips prescribe thine easy treatment. A kiss you must promise upon my returning here, granting thine heart and hand to me. Thusly, my fortune so shall be shared with you in its fullest equity. May but a wholesome prince have this deflowered princess?
This is too much, too soon. I need time to think. Be rational, good bae.
Now is your chance. Take it. Do not scoff and twerk with post. Strike tooth upon this juicy apple.
Aye. A kiss you shalt have.
Of course I will. Have. Oh, Venus, thou would do charm in retreat. Think and think again we will of this day, but never to its end. I'm Audi 5000.
Hank exits. Enter Percy Sherman. He looks confused.
Hello there. It's so dark back here.
What are you doing?
Oh, maybe you can help me. I'm looking for the bathroom.
It's that way.
All right. Check you later.
Percy exits.
God damn them! I grow weary of these feeble men! Yet, their pockets prove to be a most supportive hunting ground. And yet still, lurking in tongue have I venom of fangs.
Clifford enters.
Wayward, you send me. I have several more passages before I must go on. Might I bother you once again?
Must ye? At a moment like this?
The more I try to rid my mind of thee, the more and more thy tasty image creeps up on my profile, unsolicited. Mine eyes find you well. Thou art more than a snack. Thou art a drunken breakfast taco at 4 a.m. Succumb to thee I must. Take me in thy bosom of saucy and potato.
There is a sound of violence from beyond the curtain. Dish enters, returning from the stage.
Aye, thou art a vile woman indeed. Oh, Clifford Clemens, I'm glad you've arrived to witness such forfeiture. And here comes Hank Fellows, finished with his onstage fight. Wicked wench, I spit on thee. All due respect.
Dish literally spits on Mackenzie. She retaliates by instinctively pushing him back on stage. There is a crash as Dish tumbles through the curtain and knocks into several actors. Pause. Then Hank enters.
Ox unto our cribs, for truest blood hath been spilled on our stage. Dish Hobart came back through this very curtain as I was finishing fake fight, and I accidentally ran him through with my prop sword. His character lies dying through a plot armor on stage. After a compelling improvised performance regarding his most unexpected death, we are at a hold. Forsooth, y'all, I am shook. Dish Hobart was quickly mine bestie becoming. This doth slap me well.
Hank exits.
Oh my, what have I done? Doubly sinned have I now. First with child and then with friendship. No more for me, fam. There is one meme with a bleached old man. So too, I shrug my shoulders and cry out, guess I'll die.
I won't hear of this. I'll go in your place. My part in setting these events into motion, I can see quite clearly. Snatched into this mess like fresh drip from the mall. I will take the blame head on to save us from hints withal. Say nothing I will of the child as per our agreement. That will remain our secret. Go to I will and face the police in all its vehemence. Fear not, maiden. I will say, 'twas I, Super Senior Clifford Clements, that mistakenly slayed the clown, Dish Hobart.
I see my savior is well placed, and now no more will have I to combat such steamy ideas. Go with you I will. Hey, to thy wayward brow I do words bestow, 'tis yet a kiki to be made of such fortune's woe. After you.
Clifford and Mackenzie exits. Act 3. Within the green room. The show is well underway. Fern sits alone, looking at her phone. She calls someone, but instantly hangs up. She hears voices of Tilda, Marcy, and Hester as they enter the green room. They watch a video on someone's phone and do not notice Fern sitting at first. Then Tilda does.
Fern Astor, we are graced with your presence.
Hi, Key.
Hi, Fern Astor. Marcy Bay. Hester Slay. Tilda Lit. What's hopping at a time like this? Something foul, something fragrant. Does the tea jostle?
The tea hops. From kettle to kettle, secrets are out, I'm triggered.
Juicy, awkward, confidential steams upward through my nostrils. I'm shook.
Like the great sequoia tree that doth crack and fall down in an abandoned forest, so too does my jaw drop in its utmost yet removed silence. Damn, Gina.
Pray, enlighten me to this feed worthy of buzz.
Speak, must I quick, ere she wouldst rear in her ugly. 'Tis the mistress, Mackenzie Page Dolly, of which we speak. She is burdened with child. Find out I did a 4-act 1 of tonight's performance. Her pregnancy test was barely hidden in yonder trash depository.
Yo.
The trash can.
Oh, really? Oh shit! Our girl, pregnant in such capacity? Mackenzie Page Dolly?
100%.
Unfathomable. The ball's on that girl. She tests well the waters that duck ship in fervor of part. Anyway, its news is short-sighted now of what's come to Dish Hobart.
Savage what happened to him, really.
Ratchet luck, my guy.
Outlook doth not read Gucci, bro.
Oh yes. Wish him well on his way to the infirmary we wouldst and shouldst. Fair and collegiate Romans, one and all we play our part and part withal. In the same vein, what doth ye rogues think is beholded for his aggressor, Clifford Clements?
Clifford
Clements?
I take that piece of storyline, salt and prep, medium cook, grilled marks, fixins, potato mash, cuddle puddle, jetpack, pudding power nap to finish. I'm the big spoon. He's a little teaspoon. Our hot steaming bed plate of love food, big mood.
Caramelized corned beef brisket tacos topped in tomatillo salsa verde, crispy Chihuahua cheese. Don't give a fuck if he unpasteurized. It is hot and heavy, chewy and chunky. We are all wrapped up in a corn tortilla blanket of love town country. ATTNIMDTFRN.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. Ketchup, mustard, mayo, pickle, Tom, peanut M&Ms. Whole sandwich completely devastated in ranch dressing. No napkins. I only swallow. Hester Fierce.
Okay. Not what I was asking. I definitely meant, how do you think he's going to be punished? You know? In a non-sexual or food-related manner?
He'll probably be fine. Still, I don't like The Office.
No, neither do I. Right fucked he is. He carries himself well, though. In mind of my eye, I do question the outcome if I took his place. What would become of Fern Aster?
If I was convicted of assault, I would just cry.
I would hide.
I would not have committed the crime.
Well, returning to the news of Mackenzie Page Dolly's maternity, think you she hath notified our baby daddy?
I know not of that in faith, but maybe.
Is to be doubted ere declared, dude.
Table that TikTok bot. Let nature take its course, and we shall soon sip the tea.
Indeed. Must not be an easy subject to broach, telling someone they are to stop being what they are in favor of taking up the parental mantle. You know, I wouldn't know how to set a course.
I would sooner kill myself ere having that awkward of a combo.
That's why they invented emojis.
I would contact that person immediately and communicate my feelings as best I could. Establish boundaries while maintaining a positive outlook.
Mary! Gotta run. Lines and all. Good talk.
Fern exits.
Well, that was odd. Never gotten more Morse code out of her all semester long, and now such line of questioning.
Hey, not too bad for a transfer student.
Mackenzie enters. The free freshmen do not notice her come in.
Siphon the stock and quiet the talk, and spam not the tea bags that's deep in our pot. One flavor suits us now, and that is the matter of the dragon murder.
And how? I can see well now all my little beans have gotten themselves out of line and need reprimanding. Up and silently move, children. Marcy Wad, the wigs in the girls' dressing room need monitoring. Movest thine ass, or doth it need to be decked by another sub sandwich to be motivated?
All my life I had been afraid of the sub. I had always avoided it. Somehow I knew it would be my unending. And then on that fateful day in the food hall, once the sandwich was launched in my direction, I did meet my nemesis, the sub. It subjected me, the square and warmth of its breath. Struck in the face in front of all my peers, I was, and to this day, I still have that lingering vinaigrette.
Away.
Marcy exits.
You there, Hester thought. It troubles me to do so, but one of the boys hath soiled his garments, and repair them thou shalt. Go, utilize thy rubber gloves, or should I quote the real person fanfic that you recently posted on your fake Tumblr account? Huh.
Those are multi-dimensional characters with tragic flaws and arcs that just so happen to lead harmoniously ignorant lives because they follow my relationship advice. Printapalooza is dying, and only love can save it now! Oh!
Hester runs off in tears.
Pathetic. Tilda Chonk, my girl, come hither. I once again call on the aid of thy bequeathed student life currency. Soon reunited with my debit credits, I will be. In meantime, I wish to celebrate this most happy of evenings. I request of thee 1 pint of Ben & Jerry's chocolate therapy ice cream, a kind granola bar, and throw in one of those Ritz peanut butter cracker snack packs. That should about size up the sequel.
Sir, might I say that your science is off? No lie. A feast of this magnitude is sure to swell. You've been known to be gassy.
How darest you? Finish my burrito, I have not. Pummel thee, I surely wouldst, if not bearded by the tragedy of poor Dish Hobart. Prayers I do for the feet that carry thy cake. Move quickly, whilst thine untrespassed mudflaps can still produce the motion.
Hey!
Onward, ho!
Tilda exits as Clifford enters.
Promise to say goodbye, I have, my sweet Danish. My sentence decided, I shall swiftly depart this place whence the show meets completion. The production stage manager has expunged me from these most sacred of higher learning facilities. I, to mine exile, and thee to thine atonement. Wishest I do to go with you, how tragic, I to be destroyed from this place based on my actions, and suffer doubly by experiencing intense desire of keeping the child to resume the ship with you. So hot you are in this light. Alas, 'tis folly now.
Not so. You are a noble creature, somewhat lacking in brain cells, but wealthy in sweetness. I shall think of thee. I thank thee again and again. Helpless I am without you now, burdened to carry this alone, likely to its failure.
No, nay, no, 'tis not so. Think not that that way, wench. My next scene awaits me. Have you strength and good sense to continue?
Methinks my song doth bop.
Come, tell me, what is it you need?
Well, lacking in strength and now support, I find myself also lacking wealth in debit credits. Oh, I don't know if I can go through with this super senior Clifford Clemens!
Hush now, my child, and speak not what you will. A gateway appears all up in thy grill. Proceed with my paper and my cheddar in this game, twixt thy chest and thine unanswerable pleasure. I have no use for these worldly fortunes I bestow. Let my Wi-Fi connection be vouchsafed by the gods. These things in the sky, for here I doth wantonly Venmo you my entire checking account on the fly. Did I happiness for broke boy worm now am I. It's processing.
Here your generosity is well placed, and these my pockets, good sir. I am filled to the brim with sweetener, emboldened with strength. I thank thee, and I bid thee farewell.
My offer, I ask this of thee, single loving kiss.
Keep it, good sir. Keep it in, good sir. Scatter we shouldst. Lest his production stage majesty find us. He hath left us a warning before.
End zoned again. I remain free.
Clifford exits.
I have done it. My prayers have been answered and my guacamole thus resolved. I suppose undergrad did teach me something after all. Cha-ching! I must not forget Fern Astor's role in all of this. Thank her later, I should, for that blue shell pregnancy test. Shattered, I have my so-called clan. Now I am the leader.
Percy Sherman enters from the double doors. He is holding a paper program. He addresses Mackenzie.
Hi again. I stepped out for a second. I'm just lost. Where's the lobby?
This is the way.
Ah, thank you. Thanks for earlier, too. What's your name, by the way? I get lost really easily. My name's Percy Sherman. Listen, if you're not busy after the show...
Oh, so not interested.
She gives her a thumbs up, then exits down the hall. Mackenzie shakes her head, then exits through the double doors discreetly. Fern enters and looks around. She sits by herself for a moment and looks at her phone. Neddard Waller, the sound guy, enters and stands a distance away from Fern. They share a brief and awkward silence.
All right. In a sense, you have won my attention so much so that it is only in course due to your inexplicable awkward behavior. I'm thusly compelled to withdraw. Here I am, sir. Fern Astor.
Yep.
You're the sound guy, aren't you? Sound effects are cool.
You need to tell the father of your child.
Unarmed I am in this moment. How knowest you of this? And how speakest you of this?
I hear everything.
You drop the eaves then. You should mind thy manners and business.
I drop no such eaves, Fern Astor. I remain in the booth for the duration of the show, subject and loyal only to Rod Navarro, his stage majesty. Besides, no one else knows. They all think the head dresser is with child, which she is not. No. See, I legitimately hear everything. Grass growing, paint drying, people eating day in, day out, and weekends. It's filth on the ears and a lot of information, but my head seems to support the capacity. For now, I've never experienced true silence in my life thus far, and that of which I shit you not.
Chilling. Shouldst I whisper then?
You need not be an ass.
Do you have a favorite band?
No. What keeps you from telling the father, I wonder?
He's not even here. What does it matter? I like Red Velvet. They're K-pop.
He is dead.
He lives elsewhere and lives a life on his own. Look, we've tried to make it work, but it just doesn't. And there's no way it's gonna work now.
Tell him you must. He matters a great deal to you and holds responsibility.
It's not logical. Things could explode. Plus, we fight a lot. In my experience, it's better to just spare the yipping chihuahua in your neighbor's backyard for now. Otherwise, you need a lot of bleach to clean up what you thought had little blood to begin with. No, I don't want to hurt him, is what I meant by that.
I disagree on so many levels, and you as well disagree. Else why would you be asking me?
I didn't ask you.
Well, I'm telling you.
I am listening.
Have you talked to your own mom about what it means to become a mother?
I can't talk to my mom.
Your father, then.
He wouldn't know what to do. He can't even make pancakes. Why am I in this suit? Why are my problems so important all of a sudden? It was like poof, overnight. What about my future? Stability still remains to be the undiscovered country. I don't even know why I wanted to become an actor.
The universe won't leave you on red. What about the here and the now?
Right now, I want to be a housewife.
Now I've heard everything.
I want him.
Then go to him. Let him become the man he is to be. Take a chance. Moderate none. Be vulnerable and let the winds fill your sails where it would take you.
To a storm I warrant through your ethos has not been left unsent. Do you have kids?
I have cats.
I see.
Silence. Then the lights blink, indicating the intermission is over within the production.
This was a goodly match.
Quite. Wait. Metallica. Favorite band. They're metal.
Yes, I know. I've heard them.
She smiles, then exits, then Neddard exits. Mackenzie enters with Hank following behind her.
Enough, rogue! I'll hear no more words. You have tricked me, and hurt me thou hast. Now, get thee gone, of me and mine unborn child, ere I begin to grow nuclear.
Tell me what needs doing so that I might whet our ablazed bridge. Take you, I can, to a fancy straunt? One exonerated by goodly Yelp reviews?
Nothing. Thou art an unfit father. You get nothing. Good day, sir.
What must I do to prove my worth? Name what you will, and thou shalt have it twice. Be not basic with thy words, nor shameful with your price.
How can I trust you now? You have given me no reason to take such a road as this. Think you I could be so bougie as to easily be swayed by the penny? This coming from a clown slayer? Nearly slaughtered a clownsman you did, in false combat no less. I cannot be seen with you, sir.
By the fierce booty of Beyonce, I have it. I am the nerd, and here is my trap card. The gold Lexus. Won the grand prize I have through the accountability raffle of Brother Martin C's assets, and now undrivid presenteth to thee. Please take it as a humble beginning to our lasting friendship.
The gold Lexus, eh? Oh, well, that will certainly remedy symptoms, but not cure the disease. Left stirred in my pot, and I warrant a cure thou shalt maybe receive. Let me have them now, as proof. Also, delete those pictures of my feet.
Hank gives Mackenzie the keys to his Lexus.
I will.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
I cannot linger with thee a while longer. Had enough Hank fellows for now.
Yes.
Perchance thou wishes in thine heart for that kiss, which we did mention earlier.
Oh, I don't want it.
Perhaps then later we could make out to endgame like old times.
I don't want you.
You sure?
Sir, see well how now this indeed be the end game for thee. Fade away now, spirit.
Gotcha. Thou art well fortified for my horned blows. Take the bus I will, I suppose. Perchance I wasn't cut out to be a dad, of which I chalk up to inexperience. I am a simp, and simply not ready. Hangry I become at mine own killing hand. Slain I have my poor friend Dish Hobart. And with the very same pommel I buck myself of car. My tantrum now resting, I shalt retire to the bosom of the affordable burger, I guess, now my only friend, and French fries. Good day, compatriots, and to thee whom once I designated bay, make way yonder door for such a Taurus as is my wrath. I just hope the food hall hasn't run out of ranch.
Hank exits.
That was unsatisfying. Ugh! Gold is so 2000 late. At least the play is finally coming to an end. I wonder where my mothling dressers left to. Unattending of their duties and, in turn, discipline of my part now needing doing. Hungry for punishment they must be as well, thirsting for the porch light. I will find them.
Mackenzie exits. Within the green room, Tilda, Marcy, and Hester emerge from their hiding places.
What a ripe bitch.
The gold Lexus.
Oh, it's terrible in my stomach that made me feel. Something's afoot.
Mark thee well, I sense it too.
Methinks Mackenzie Page Dolly doth not mean what she would do say.
No. Pray thank you.
I warrant not thine tood, mine dude.
Sufficient evidence we lack to determine a conclusion, therefore.
Well said. We shall go undercover. For the benefit of Clifford Clement's probable innocence.
Only one small soiled sock of their dirty laundry needest we provide. That would prove she is a succubus.
More information we would gather to better understand ourselves of Mackenzie Page Dolly's ship with our once Prince Clifford Clement. Or make a killer meme out of all of this.
Away, bitches! We fly!
They exit. Act 4. The green room. The production is almost finished. Fern enters. She is fixated on her iPhone. Then to the audience she speaks.
Our production is at its zenith and just shy of a sunset we are. I was glad to be cast in this role, yet Now the job is daunting. I feel awful for Dish Hobart's outcome. Yet the Sunday matinee audience was low in attendance, so I don't think many people caught on. I am to tell him. The man I love will know my world in its shape and quality. Vouchsafed I am in the emojis from his text.
Tilda enters from the girls' dressing room and notices Fern.
Fern Aster! Good show, my lady. I have news most excellent prepared for thee prior to thy curtain call.
I thank thee, and how now, rogue?
A trap most foul and secretive lurks to ensnare the would-be victims of Mackenzie Page Dolly. We young sleuths are determined to seek out the counterbalance and thus surrender yonder shitpost, high-key, unfiltered folly. Somewhere hidden in the girls' dressing room, I have placed my superior Android phone. Lurking there now it does, prepared for its mission. To capture Mackenzie Page Dolly in her act. And as agent and as witness, the mighty android shall prevail with sufficient Bluetooth capabilities to airplay the tale.
Keen and cunning bad bitch thou art, forsooth. Promise to send me the link. Off I must go now in secret.
Fern exits. Tilda looks on, confused. Then Marcy enters, holding in her hands the stage manager's keys.
Here is your most disrespectful hoe, and by the gods, our headdresser be pimping this way in a fury. Keys in mine, hand ready for their maker. Propped is your camera, sufficient with its battery life and all?
Throw not your shade, babe. I would sooner embrace Beelzebub ere sequestering an Apple genius for such necessary technical aid. How do we must now? Our spy is set and its mission sincere. All that is left to be the third for the clear.
Tilda and Marcy slam the girls' dressing room door shut and find hiding places in the green room. Mackenzie enters.
Trailed thee I have, pretty one. Good sport thou hast made of my hunt, indeed. Stolen my dressing room keys, you have it, and thinks I would be so foolish as to allow thee to lock thyself in the room with the good lighting again. Ha! Thine Instagram stories are as basic as thy bitchery. Vivisect thee I will, little lab rabbit!
Mackenzie opens the girl dressing room door.
Ha-ha! Oh, open and empty. Gasp! Food in the dressing room! I mark it well A. The unfoiled remnants of mine own earlier al pastor burrito. Thy extra ranch gleamingly doth it shine. Perchance the rugrats made another circuit around the vomitoriums. It's only a matter of time. I shall hide for them in here.
Mackenzie exits to the girls' dressing room and closes the door. Hester enters with Clifford from the double doors.
Run from that guard, we shouldst have not owe him respect for working late of eve. Though, in truth, he seemed to have the spine of a liberal snowflake. Any chance, what is thy charge for stealing me away from my atonement? Wherefore, too, is this emergency thou spoke of?
Strange it seems for me to act with such YOLO, I grant thee. But thy questions are planted, and thine answers shall blossom. Look thee here, in this room, and in it find you will all that you seek now, seek now, seek now.
Though your Vimeo is awkward and of pimple-popping in nature, I will entertain thee. Subscribe I will to your hard instruction. 10-4, my well-shaped maiden, I'll go in.
Clifford steps into the girls' dressing room. Hester slams the door on him, causing Marcy and Tilda to jump out from their hiding places. Marcy locks the door with the stage manager's keys. We see the events that unfold in the dressing room of the girls.
Thou hast locked me in, rogue!
Mackenzie emerges from her hiding place within the girls' dressing room. She is holding the al pastor burrito. Her mouth is full when she speaks.
People see me, Clifford Clement?
Mackenzie Page Dolly?
Pause. Mackenzie sets aside the rest of her burrito. She swallows and cleans her mouth. She looks for a napkin but is unable to find one. She wipes her ranch filthy hands on her black yoga pants.
Sideth thee aside of the door, knave, and mark well how this one Leah leaves dumbfounded solo in her swallowed dust. Pucker up, pheasants. This is your captain speaking. Open the door or I'll gut you like the fishes you are.
From beyond the girls' dressing room door.
'Tis an idle threat.
Call I will the head stage manager. He will see to the end of this tiresome farce.
Oh, young lady, I am afflicted and hella aroused. I cannot exist in this dimension with such glowing affections.
You assemble your Legos with reckless abandon, yet I mark in myself mine own hand stir with the same organic mayo. Fie! Thou art a total Chad bag. Deprived of thought I was in dating thee. I'm resolving us of this.
Mackenzie starts to call the number on her phone. She stops and looks at Clifford as he closes in on her. She puts her hand on his chest to maintain distance, then hangs up and pulls him in for a kiss.
Have you I have to, holy, heavenly, here and now. I have cunning to fight thy battle. At least prescribe us this do-good gesture of womanhood by supplying thyself to my truest beef.
'Tis the most jocular Taco Bell sauce packet.
They make out and take off each other's clothes. Then Mackenzie stops Clifford.
No! No! I must free myself of these lusty chains. No more, sirrah, ere I attempt to make reunion of my passing virginity.
Be you not Mackenzie Page Dolly, and a haired high heaven manager seeking Karen? And am I not Clifford Clements, a most essential oil and preparation of an establishment's ill-maintained soap dispenser policy? Demandest not for the dessert to be sent out as compliments, sweet Karen, for thy creamy prize of justice lies within me.
They kiss. Then Mackenzie repels Clifford.
Fie, Venus! Fie, thine hairy styles! These material bodies ravage my resolve. I must block thy quarter pounder ere thee makes easy sandwich of my hidden valley. Romantic fuckboy, thy performance wears you well not. Thy sentence is set, and thy pallbearers abound.
And for these set your sockets to succumb as I prescribe you my smolder. Thine attire is the most becoming attraction. I am hot for this aesthetic of weekend warrior, but make it fashion.
Oh, Chadbag, thou always didst know just what to say.
They make out in a heated frenzy. Act 5. From within the green room, enter Tyrone Scripter. He addresses the freshman girls who are huddling in front of the girls' dressing room door.
What name and what manner doth ye hocus there in front of the door? Make a path, I shall know the meaning of this insolence.
Nay, I beseech thee, mine dude. Mackenzie Page Dolly hath stolen her man, Clifford Clements, and locked the door on themselves justly. Make out like freshmen they do, as this most honorable production comes to a close.
Head off with the saying of mine dude, rogue. It fits you unwell. Stand aside, I shall know the true temperance of thy curry.
From within the girls' dressing room, Mackenzie and Clifford kiss. Then, the door to the girls' dressing room is unlocked and thrust open by Tyrone.
Mackenzie Page Dolly, what is going on here?
Tyrone Scripter. Oh, winged manager of the stage and perfume, here I throw myself at thy axe-sprayed feet. This rogue captured me and then made aggressive moves towards my most humbled virginity.
I must protest I took no such course. Virginity?
Get thee out of here, knave. A decent ass you shall make for the races. Thee as well, Mackenzie Page Dolly. Scourge thy mouth of ranch, goodly maiden. How drunkenly locked you yourself in yonder room eating, whence thou hadst the keys which provided thy designated driver home? Like, why do we even give you the keys, dude?
The proof lies here in HD.
Tilda runs into the girls' dressing room and returns with her Android phone.
I do not believe this.
See now the light, what I would throw into the dark. They are the answer, good sirrah. Stolen my stage manager's keys, these trouts have.
That I should believe.
It was for the community's betterment, lady, in faith. For the Commonwealth.
Check the tapes.
Honorable Clifford Clemens, here is the meaning of the subplot.
Wherefore too, my good mackerel?
'Tis here on mine Android. Good stage manager, I charge that Mackenzie Page Jolly hath been manipulating this poor senior. I will airplay the video. Wait a second. What's this black screen awaits me here? There's no home screen to engage. Fie on this technology. Do not fail me now, lest I should write more scathing, unfavorable reviews. Charge it I must.
This I do not believe.
Was our fortune and thusly ill conceived?
Sing it again, Hester thought. Reprimandest thou shalt, in accordance.
Ye mackerels! I am ashamed by thy performance and compelled to punish. Therefore, thy phone shall you prescribe me at the beginning of the day, thy call for the rest of the semester in recompense. The day I have had, 'tis not enough that poor Dish Hobart should befall us now, though expertly wrapped up the plot did Clifford Clemens and Fern Aster do without him. Moreover, to the worst, most pious and trustworthy Brother Martin's overall accusal hath done a number on my soul. He was a good man. I looked up to him. There are no heroes left.
Most compelling verdict, good sir. I will see to thy wishes. Suffice to say, what's mine will be mine.
Enter Dish.
Sayest the rhyme and payest for the time, goodly bitches. Like the 90s quality Undertaker, I declare myself risen and divine.
Non-viable!
The Snake That Would Bite, a Mackenzie Page Dolly story. Forward by Angsty Teen. Special thanks, bribery and extortion. With special guest, Winona Liar.
I mean, really stretching it thou art.
What is the good reason for thy return? The show was finished without thee and even supply.
Oh, I return not in the name of my favorable art, though it be overlooked by the Chronicle, nor for this tortuous play, but for this one man's heart. He is destined to pay the price of a crime he hath not committed.
Behind you are, lonely MySpace user. Already has the gentleman confessed of his crime. I grow weary of ye menial millennial conundrums. Graduated yet have I in all of this? Oh my freaking god, we haven't started curtain call yet.
Okay, Boomer, hear not my story, and fall on the floor with thy foot up thine ass. Where is the soldier from student council? He was a hardy-looking fellow, muscular and athletic of character he was.
He hath no jurisdiction here. I am the judgment. Proceed.
The lady has done it. Mackenzie Page Dolly, Cottonmouth and Lululemon. 'Tis her word or mine. For out of the black I'd come straight into the peril of Hank Fellow's sword at the Viper's shoving suggestion. Like, literally, she shoved me. What sayest thee, Kyle? Speak, Super Senior Clifford Clements, the only bystander.
I cannot, for reasons I cannot explain.
Already employed by my gains, good sirs, all in one. Stand down. You are outmatched.
Away with this she gets. I hate her all the more for it.
My phone still won't turn on.
This is why I purchase Apple products.
There is a loud applause over the PA. Then a single voice is heard throughout the dressing room. Thank you all again so much for attending our show tonight. Thank you all.
That's Rod on the God mic. Addresses the audience, he does.
Rod Navarro.
The production stage manager speaks.
Rod is such a nice man.
My name is Rod Navarro. I am the production stage manager of this undergraduate performance. If some of you were wondering, yes, parts of the plot and dialogue were altered and thusly you did not see entirely the show which you were all intended to see. Be that as it may, our own Clifford Clements caused an accident that resulted in another student being rushed away to the emergency room. I wanted to let you all know that the injured student, one Dish Hobart, is safe and sound. Furthermore, the would-be punished criminal, Super Senior Clifford Clements, hath been forgiven in his performance and in the earnest heart he hath supplied. Unfortunately, I have some rather ill-conceived news, and I would like to address this now. One student, Mackenzie Page Dolly, hath betrayed us all. In an attempt to cause mean harm to our injured actor, Dish Hobart, apparently she, literally shoved him, resulting in his stabature. Pay she will out of pocket heavily to mend the bridge which she so savagely burnt. The hospital bill would be included in thereof. That is all. Enjoyest a most wonderful evening, and we hope to see you all back again. Good night.
Not so pretty now, are we, wench? And no baby daddy Hank Fellows to save you.
Baby daddy Hank Fellows? Woman, I am shamed by thee. You stripped me of coin and codpiece? I wasn't even in the running to be the dad, was I?
Well, that took a turn.
Got him!
Not what I was expecting, but...
I shalt remain silent evermore.
Sweet, gender neutral baby Jesus, I am saved. I see well now the fool I have played. However, I was unable to transfer my checking account to the Mackenzie Page Dolly because my phone is dead. Case of Android may thusly superior battery life, it has not. So, you still a broke bitch. Guys, that was a close call. I am resolved and better for it. Henceforward, spare the excessive cheddar, I shalt not. No more of that, but offer friendship I do and will to thee, if you can yet offer apology. Will you? A nod? Oh, bruh.
Methinks I hear her stomach grumble.
Enough of this have we. Take you to the student council soldier I will now. He will know the depth of thy punishment. Away we go.
As Tyrone escorts Mackenzie out.
Ah, you hate to see it so. Keep it 100, my love. I hope thou wilt learn from thy mistakes as I do mine. Oh, I grow weary of such rare emotion. All that hype about being a dad and then not being a dad. 'Tis for the better, I suppose, as I have not yet buried my faithful pet hermit crab. Indeed, now I do require sustenance of the chicken bacon ranch varietal. Afterwards retire I will to the hibernation of peaceful Warcraft. Stay humble.
Clifford exits.
Well, it just goes to show that it's better to make the demands than to backstab. No, better to be a dad than, no, it's gone. I do believe a worthy blunt awaits me in my Prius. Away to thee I go, good Syrah, black and mild. Swaddle me in thy lavish smog of hotbox you shall.
Dish exits.
My phone is back! Sufficiently charged! I shall produce the video bearing Mackenzie Page Dolly. See? Mark the quality. That's 180p. Fi! Again! Phoned we are.
It fell off its stoop, out of frame. Is all the action. Blankly, my phone captured the ceiling the entire time. Halt! Halt! OMG. Feast thine eyes on this one frame.
Mine babes, cringeworthy, this is surely.
Babes? Je suis not. Meddling was the ultimate plot of our entire day.
True dat, to be sure. But a total bitch, Mackenzie Page Jolly, was throughout its course.
Felt cute, might delete later.
Hark, let me see the video again.
They all start giggling, which leads to uncontrollable laughter.
Alright. This is the last one.
Post that shit!
Post that shit!
They laugh and exit. Fern enters. She is looking at her phone.
Ye spirits still linger out there. I have no more words for thee. He won't respond to my calls. No, I really called him this time. 3 times. No answer and no voicemail. I am resolved. Ye honest folk have no meaning for being here. Exchange your disappointment with one another. I cannot give the ending which ye would seek.
Percy enters.
Fern Aster.
She sees him.
Oh my God!
They embrace.
Good show!
Percy Sherman! I was in the process of calling thee, bae. How didst thou yeet thyself here in such speedy delivery?
I wanted to surprise you. Why are you talking like that? Yeet? What does that mean?
Oh, I don't really know. You really came all this way? I don't know what to say.
Well, you were amazing. How's that? I couldn't miss your last big show.
Thank you. Man, you're really here.
Hell yeah! Look, the plot was a little weird, but you were the best, in my opinion. You okay? You look totally flushed right now. Wait, that came out wrong. I mean, you look great.
Yeah, actually. I mean, thanks. Thank you. You also look great. You know what? No, it's nothing. Just opening night excitement.
You sure?
Yep, yes. Nope, no.
Fern sits down. Percy follows her and sits.
Hey, what's up?
Percy, I have something to tell you. I have to tell you something. But I don't know how or where to start.
Well, start whenever. Or wherever. I'll be here. Whatever it is.
I'm pregnant.
Is it
Of
mine?
course.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks for telling me. Wow. Damn. That couldn't have been easy. Carrying all that around. And then you still performed. It's kind of awesome. You're like a hero.
it really wasn't all that heroic. Maybe the stars aligned and this anxiety helped the performance or something. I don't know. Art, right? Hey, I'm gonna keep it. And, this is what I'm going to be now. A mom of some kid, of a person, of a wife. Something totally new that the world has never seen. I mean, I'm terrified. I'm like totally not ready, but I'm also kind of ready. I'm alone though. Look, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was basically freaking out all day. Seeing you here, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you have to get on board, but now would be a really good time because I want you, Percy Sherman. And if you don't want this, that's fine. But this is what I want.
But can we actually do this? I mean, I just don't know if I'm cut out to be a dad. This is all happening so fast.
I have faith in us. Do you not want to? It's okay.
No. It's just that, like, a million things are running through my mind, and I don't even know where to begin now. I feel paralyzed. Like, what am I going to do now? Who even am I anymore?
It's gonna be okay.
You don't know that? Why even say it?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Listen, I gotta go. I gotta go think about all this. It's a long drive back. Look, I'll call you when I get back. Okay?
Percy, it's okay to be afraid.
I'll try to remember that.
Percy exits.
Me too.
Fern starts to leave. Enter Tilda, Marcy, Hester, Tyrone, and Neddard, with more bouquets of flowers.
Fern Aster, good show.
She stops.
Well played.
Solid performance tonight. You brought a lot of energy to Act 2.
Hey! Good show to you guys. Why aren't you in the lobby celebrating?
We came to celebrate you instead.
What? Really? Why?
Because you deserve it.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, I have something for you. It's from Mackenzie.
Tyrone gives her the keys to the gold Lexus. Fern takes them.
She said on behalf of the Yas Queen Sisterhood, and that she was really sorry. I didn't know you guys were friends. I honestly didn't think she had any friends. She insisted that you keep them. The gold Lexus is yours.
Lucky.
Fuel efficient and classy.
Silver is better.
Wow. That was quite the gesture. Thanks, guys. Yes, Queen Sisterhood, huh? That would be not. Returns yet still alive. So in my care, such a wonder. Ours the garden. Thrive.
End of play.
End of play.
손끝이 같은 한 소리 아직 밤이 꼬여 있는 내 방 한 구석에